Hey guys, so I want to talk to you today about why I went cruelty free, how I went cruelty free, and why it's so important for people to go cruelty free. I officially went cruelty free at the start of 2017. There was no real reason. I wasn't buying any makeup that wasn't cruelty free beforehand. Once I had learned really got into it in the summer of 2016. I basically stopped buying any brand that wasn't cruelty free, but I wanted to start at the beginning of the year because that was also when I went through my collection and I got rid of most of the products that weren't cruelty free. I still have, I think, 3 lipsticks that aren't cruelty free, and that's just because they're the limited edition Star Wars lipsticks from CoverGirl. And I'm a big nerd, in case you couldn't tell. So I just wanted to keep those just for collectible reasons, and they were also a gift. What inspired me to go cruelty free is that I got really into Kat Von D, Jessica Hayes, Kristen Leanne, and I know there are a couple other makeup artists I follow that are cruelty free, and I'll link them down below, either their Instagram or YouTube or Twitter. But I don't even remember, I didn't see any poor animal or watch any documentary beforehand. I had always been a big animal rights person, and it was just I didn't know what products were cruelty free and what weren't. I always thought it was more higher level brands like Chanel, Tom Ford, what else is there? I knew Estee Lauder and Clinique did, and I want to say I knew MAC did, but I didn't know brands like Benefit, Makeup Forever, or Maybelline and L'Oreal did, because a lot of brands try and hide that they're not cruelty free because they know people won't buy, a lot of people won't buy from them because of that. And most brands don't test on animals in America. Basically know if a brand is cruelty free or not is to see if they sell in China. And in China, it is mandatory for cosmetics to be tested on animals there. So, I know Stila became, and I think Smashbox both became cruelty free this year. I know they're both cruelty free now, but I know Stila became 100% cruelty free because they pulled out of China and they stopped selling in China. They didn't test on animals, none of their suppliers did, but they couldn't be considered cruelty free by a lot of people's definitions because they sold in China where it's mandatory. So I know one thing that always bothers me is that companies try and hide it. Jessica Hayes posted on her, I think, Snapchat story last month, an email from a MAC representative who was like, hey, we want to send you blah 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 products, and she's like, no, I don't work with any company that tests on animals. And they're like, no, we don't test on animals, it's totally cool, can we send you a product? And she's like, no, because you sell in China where it's mandatory. And it's just super shady that they try and do that, and they try and act like they don't do it when they do. And while they may not do it in their labs, they're still funding for it, and they're still choosing to sell in China where they know they have to. And I know there's a white list where some companies don't have to test, but the only 2 I've heard about are Korean skincare brands. I don't know what else is on that list, or I'll leave a link to the article down below. But it's super shady because there are people that want to make knowledgeable decisions, and if you try and hide it, it just sucks for people who don't know. I know I was talking to my cousin who I'm like, oh, we were talking, and I'm like, yeah, I only do cruelty free makeup now, and she's like, oh, so you don't buy MAC or anything. I'm like, well, there are other brands too, like Benefit, This is when Smashbox, this is back in December, Smashbox just became cruelty-free this year, and I said, you know, Smashbox isn't cruelty-free, and she's like, really? Like, and because, like, it's just not well known that all these brands do it, and I feel like it should be, like, just common knowledge, and I feel like brands should have to disclose that on their packaging, that yes, this product was tested on animals, or, like, at any point in time, whether it was in America or not, because it's still, like, an animal rights violation. And, like, I'm trying not to use like an but I'm not doing so well. I almost did it, but I didn't. I want to do it. Few certifications for cruelty-free makeup are Leaping Bunny is the huge organization that basically checks whether a brand is cruelty-free or not, and they go down to the supplier, and to be registered with Leaping Bunny, you have to prove that you never test on animals, and none of your, like, suppliers do for, like, whatever's used in your makeup. And I know, so their website's a really good resource if you want to check. But I know to be Leaping Bunny certified, I think it takes, like, over a year, because that's how thorough they are. And then there's an Australian company, I can't remember the name of it, but they do something similar, and they are much, much tougher. Cruelty-Free Kitty is a blog that her most recent update to her, like, master list was just earlier in June. So I always recommend her. I'm trying to think of, like, other resources. Just, like, Googling. Like, anytime I see a new company, I automatically Google, like, blah 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 cruelty-free. And if they can't, like, say, yes, we are cruelty-free, and we're in the process of being Leaping Bunny certified, then I don't buy from them. If they say, oh, we can't, like, if they give me, like, this shoddy explanation, then, like, I'm not gonna buy from them, because I don't know, and I don't want to be part of that. That's why I love Kat Von D and Lush so much, because they are animal activists, and they work really hard to make sure that cruelty-free is the norm, and vegan cosmetics are the norm. And pretty much everything on my face right now is cruelty-free. Hope that this video did make you think about cruelty-free cosmetics. And I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.